Have you ever asked yourself why some people stay poor their whole life while others, starting from nothing, somehow find a way to become rich? It's a question that puzzles many. You might think it's luck or fate, but what if I told you it's not luck at all? It's about the way they think. Today, I want to share the story of David, a poor farmer from a small village. He didn't have money, he didn't have fancy tools or a big farm. What he had was a restless mind and a heart that wanted more. And through one powerful change, changing his mindset, David turned his life around. This story isn't just about farming or money, it's about how your thoughts can open doors to success and opportunity, no matter where you start. So, if you've ever felt stuck or wondered how to break free from struggle, listen closely. David's journey might just be the spark you need. David lived in a tiny village surrounded by green fields and gentle hills. Every morning before the sun rose, he was already out in the dirt, planting seeds, watering crops, and feeding the animals. From dawn to dusk, David worked hard, more than most, yet his efforts barely paid enough to put food on the table. Day after day, he felt trapped. No matter how many hours he spent, no matter how much sweat he poured into the soil, the money never came. His crops were small, his animals weak, and his hopes shrinking. He often asked himself, "Why am I so unlucky? Why can't I get ahead?" These questions circled in his mind, filling him with sadness and frustration. David believed only people born into rich families could ever be wealthy. To him, his future seemed set in stone, always poor, always struggling. One cool night, after a long, tiring day, David sat by a small fire outside his simple home. The sky above was a blanket of stars, quiet and calm. As he stared up, his thoughts drifted to a story his grandmother had told him long ago. "Your mind is like a garden," she had said. "If you plant bad seeds, you get bad fruit. But if you plant good seeds, strong trees will grow." David's heart stirred with a question. What if my thoughts are those seeds? What if changing my thoughts can change my whole life? The very next morning, David woke up with a new feeling, a tiny spark of hope. Instead of focusing on how poor he was, he decided to try something different. He told himself, "I may not have much now, but I can learn, I can grow, I can find new ways to make my life better." From that day, David began paying close attention to the people around him. He watched how some villagers saved a little money each week, even when it was hard. He noticed how others planned their work carefully and never gave up, even when crops failed or the weather turned bad. Most importantly, he saw how they believed in themselves and their future. David decided to take small steps. Every day, he saved a little money from what he earned, no matter how small the amount. When he had enough saved, he bought better seeds, seeds that could grow stronger and healthier crops. He started reading any books he could find about farming and business, and he talked to people who knew more than he did. Slowly but surely, David's farm began to change. His crops grew taller and his animals grew stronger. But the biggest change was in his mind. David stopped seeing money as something rare or meant only for lucky people. Instead, he started seeing money as a tool he could use to build a better life for himself and his family. As David's farm started to grow, the challenges didn't disappear. There were days when the sky opened up and heavy rain flooded his fields. Other times, dry winds withered his crops before they had a chance to grow. Some seasons, pests destroyed what little he had planted. But David didn't give up. Instead, he reminded himself that every problem was a chance to learn something new. He kept a calm mind and stayed patient. He learned the power of discipline. Instead of spending every dollar he earned as soon as it came in, he saved some for future needs. He made a plan, a simple plan, to decide how much money he would spend and how much he would save. And most importantly, he stuck to that plan. One day, a trader from a nearby town came to David's village looking for fresh crops. When he saw David's farm, he noticed the strong, healthy plants and the quality of the produce. He offered to buy David's crops at a good price and wanted to buy even more the next season. That moment was a turning point. David's hard work, patience, and new habits were finally paying off. His farm was no longer just a way to survive, it was becoming a business that made real money. And it wasn't luck, it was the power of his mindset and the habits he had built every day. David's journey teaches us a powerful lesson. Becoming successful and wealthy isn't about luck or magic, it's about the way you think and the habits you build every day. First, changing your mindset means believing in your ability to grow and improve. Just like David, you have to stop telling yourself, "I can't" or "I'm unlucky." Instead, start saying, "I can learn, I will try, and I am growing."
Second, building good money habits is key. Saving a little each day, making plans for your spending, and being patient can change your future. David didn't become rich overnight. He built his wealth step by step, day by day. Third, it's important to stay focused and never give up when things get tough. Challenges will come. This is part of the journey. Each problem is an opportunity to learn and become stronger. Finally, keep learning. David listened to others, read books, and sought advice. When you keep learning, your mind grows, and so does your ability to create wealth. David's story is more than just a tale about farming or money. It's a story about hope, change, and the power of your own mind. Many of us face tough situations. We feel stuck, believing our circumstances will never get better. But David's journey shows that the first step to changing your life is changing how you think. When David made that decision to shift his mindset, everything started to change. It wasn't easy. In fact, some days were harder than others. He had to fight old habits, doubts, and fears. For a long time, his mind was filled with worry, but he kept planting new seeds of hope, and each day, those seeds grew a little stronger. One of the biggest lessons David learned was about patience. In our fast-paced world, we often want results immediately. We see others who seem to get rich quickly and think, "Why can't that be me?" But real growth, especially with money and life, is slow. Like planting a seed, it takes time, care, and trust that the process will work. David learned to wait for the right moment. Instead of rushing to spend every dollar, he learned to save a little at a time. He made a promise to himself that he would not waste money on things that didn't help his future. It wasn't always fun to say no to small pleasures, but David knew every dollar saved was a step towards something bigger. He also learned about focus. There were many distractions around him. The village was full of people who wanted him to spend his money quickly, who laughed at his slow progress or told him to forget his dreams. But David kept his eyes on the prize. He remembered the words of his grandmother about planting good seeds in his mind, and he refused to let negative thoughts take root. Learning became another key to David's success. He wasn't born with knowledge about farming or business, but he made a choice to find that knowledge. Every free moment he had, he would talk to others, listen carefully, and read any book or letter he could find. He knew that growing his mind was just as important as growing his crops. Soon, other villagers began to notice David's change. People asked him, "How are you doing it? How are your crops growing better than before?" David didn't keep it a secret. He shared his simple truths. It's about believing you can improve, saving a little money, planning your work, and not giving up. David's story didn't just stop with his farm. With the money he earned, he started helping others in his village. He bought better tools that he shared with neighbors, taught children how to plant seeds, and showed other farmers how to think differently about their work. His village started to grow stronger because of his mindset. Now, imagine your life like David's farm. What if you planted seeds of positive thoughts in your mind? What if you began saving a little money, even if it's just a small amount? What if you started learning every day about money, habits, or anything that can help you grow? It's not about quick wins or lucky breaks. It's about small, steady steps that add up over time. I want you to remember that David was not special because he had more talent or luck than others. He was special because he made a choice to change his mindset and build new habits. And that's something you can do too. Start today. Think about one small habit you can change or build. Maybe it's saving $1 each day. Maybe it's reading one page of a book about money or success. Maybe it's writing down your goals and saying to yourself every morning, I am growing, I am learning. Every great journey begins with a single step, and that step begins in your mind. If David's story inspired you, please take a moment to like this video. Share it with a friend who might need a little encouragement. And if you want to hear more stories like this, stories that help you build your money mindset, grow your confidence, and create better habits, subscribe to Golden Growth Set. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, the power to change your life starts with your thoughts. Stay focused, keep growing, and never stop believing in yourself. I'll see you in the next story.